All right, we are live. Let me set the thing because you know what happens. I go live and then it goes private, and no
Oh,
one can see it on my personal page. So we should be live now. Hello, hello, good people. Thank you for joining tonight's talk, Transcend with Bootstrap Dreams. We are super excited to be here with you and to share this conversation. Absolutely. If you are live, go ahead and hashtag Live Squad. When you catch us on the replay, hashtag replay so that we can acknowledge you. And we believe you're going to be pretty interactive with this one because this topic is going to be pretty interesting. How are you, Avril?
I am fine, Tawana, and yourself?
Doing great. I'm so excited to have you here tonight.
Well, I appreciate you having me.
Thank
Absolutely.
you. Yes, I'm so glad you were like, yay. Hi, Ananya. We see you watching. Oh, someone else is watching. We can't see your name. If you'll give StreamYard your permission, we'd love to say hi. But I do see you say hi, ladies. Thank you. So there's only one scripted question that I like to ask Avril, and that is when you hear the word transcend,
Yes.
what comes to mind?
Well, the first thing that comes to mind when I hear that word is like learning something, but growing beyond it, like perpetual or
Mm,
elevated learning. You it never stops. You just keep advancing. That's
that's
the first thing that comes to mind.
I love that.
Yep.
Concise
Yep. Yep. That's
and
that's
to the
all that
point.
comes to mind. Yes.
I love that's so you. That's so you. Y'all gonna find out. Y'all gonna find out. Apple gets me together. Oh my goodness. Thank you all for joining. I see you all hopping on the live tonight. All right. So we're gonna go ahead and get right to it. Relationship coaching. Now, I know some people because I'm hearing like I did not know it was so many coaches in the world. We've always been around. We just either coach in a different form or we're mostly offline, right? Because we were face to
Absolutely.
face. We were doing these things in our careers. We were doing these things in our places of employment. We were doing many of these things in so many ways and not as much online. And now, of course, with the pandemic, online has exploded. And now we are recognizing and using keywords and terms so that more people can find us and understand more easily what it is that we do. So, talk to us about this. You are a relationship coach.
Yes, yes. I if I had to start at the beginning of how this even transpired, how I
Yes.
came to be a relationship coach, like other people, I had my relationship woes.
Mm-hmm.
Years ago I was married and experienced a divorce.
Mm-hmm.
And that actually thrusted me into this industry. I started out actually being a part owner in a matchmaking company. And
Ooh,
matchmaking, believe it or not, Tawana, it is huge here in Atlanta.
really?
That it is. I mean,
Huh.
it was not an online, was not an online business. We literally had an office, clients came in, they sat with us, told us who they were looking for, what they were looking for, and we would
Wow.
match them with other clients. So that's how it started.
That's
But that,
fascinating to me.
isn't it?
It
Isn't
is. I
it?
saw it on TV. I've never tried it personally.
Yes.
But even then, though, I was fascinated. So this is fascinating me. Okay.
Yes. So, unfortunately, things didn't work out with my business partner. So I branched
Hmm.
out on my own. So,
Yes.
so then I became a certified dating and relationship coach. And I'm the,
Okay.
and I'm the CEO of Seeking Synergy. That's my business. And so I help single ladies positively transform their relationships by building a solid foundation for creating connection, clarity, and communication.
Woo.
Yeah.
You guys can play that back at the end of the live. That was real good. That was real good. And even your business name, Seeking Synergy,
I put some
right?
thought into that. I really did. Yeah.
Listen, Seeking
Some thought
Synergy,
into it.
because it's not, forget about what it's not. What it is a more elevated description, right, of what you want.
Yes,
Not
absolutely.
what you, not what you, is not the tangible things that you have to offer, not the physicality that,
Correct.
naturally people think about relationships and love that you just go into and skip over the really important stuff. you're seeking synergy. That means you are seeking to connect on a deeper
Absolutely.
level. You are seeking, sustainability and longevity and so much more. So, all right, keep
Yeah.
going. I'm enjoying this.
Yeah, so that's how it all gets started. And like I said, I put some thought into the business name, and now I am, I am glad that I'm able to work remotely because I do have an office here in Atlanta, but I
Mhm.
work remotely. I meet with my clients online. We talk about anything and everything that they're going through.
Mhm.
My coaching program includes everything that you need to literally set you up to have a successful relationship, from
Mhm.
pinpointing your partner qualities to letting go of your emotional baggage, to identifying your key life values, to building trust, truly cultivating trust between you and your partner, resolving conflict constructively. It runs the gamut of everything. Yes.
Wow.
So it is a pretty extensive program.
That is extensive. And we're going to talk more about that program because it's available.
That it
So we'll
is.
let people know exactly how to find that at the end of the live. Now, when you talk about, again, some of these core things, and they are extensive, right?
Yep.
Relationships, they don't get taken seriously enough. And seriously doesn't mean that they have to be boring. Seriously
Exactly.
doesn't mean it can't be exciting. I mean, even the title, right? From
Yes.
routine to remarkable. And I made sure to put, on the post, like, look, even if you're already in relationship, don't think that this won't apply to you because you
Exactly.
want to
Exactly.
sustain. If you've got something remarkable, sustaining that remarkableness, that
Yes, because it
remarkable
takes work,
nature,
right? It
it
takes work.
takes work. And I know personally, having been single, having been married and single again and dating and looking, at the world from a different scope, particularly as an entrepreneurial woman and particularly as a mom,
Yes.
look, don't just bring your face and tail thinking that's going to be enough.
And see that's the thing most people don't think of, Tawana, because
Right.
relationships are such an integral part of our lives. And
Yeah.
so when you're in a happy and healthy relationship, that
Mhm.
energy spills over into all your other relationships, whether
That's
it's with your parents, your children, your family members, your
right.
coworkers, even strangers you meet.
Mhm.
Think of, if you're in a bad mood with your partner, everyone is going to suffer more, probably first your kids, and it's totally unfair to them.
Yes. Yeah.
And so people don't realize just how important having a healthy relationship is. They just don't.
So let's define that, right? Because some people may think they know what a healthy relationship is. You, as a relationship professional, what is a healthy relationship?
A healthy relationship it consists of a few things. Communication is big, it's key. If you don't have communication in your relationship, things are going to fall apart sooner than later. And so,
Mhm.
really being able to communicate with your partner about anything and everything. And that means the good and the bad.
Mhm.
You have to talk about everything. If there's no trust, there's no relationship.
Right.
If you cannot trust that your partner is being honest with you, if you don't trust that, he or she is telling you the truth when they go somewhere, when they're
Mhm.
doing something, if there's that lack of trust, there's no relationship.
Right.
You know, um, spending quality time getting to know each other, really getting to know and understand each other.
Mhm.
When you don't understand the person you're with, we talk about love languages. When you don't understand that person's love language, that's a problem, because then,
Yes.
like, if that person's love language is, for example, quality time, but you just
Mhm.
think you can just pour gifts into them, that's not what they want. They want
No.
quality time.
No.
So you have to really get to understand that person,
I was about to
you know?
start a story, but I'm not going to do it ever. We're not going to do that tonight.
No, we're not. We're not, because you know how we are. We're
Oh
not.
my gosh, we're not going to do that tonight. Okay, so I'm hearing communication, quality time,
Yeah.
knowing the person's love language. What's another thing that comes to mind when people are maybe seeking an understanding on whether or not they have or are pursuing a healthy relationship?
Well, it really does always start with communication. I mean, there are too many couples that just don't communicate about things.
Mm.
They they I don't know, they just some people I guess are I don't want to say they're into mind reading because
Mhm.
we clearly are not mind readers, but
Right.
they assume they know what the other person is thinking. They assume they know what the other person wants,
Yeah.
and we know what assumptions does. It's
Fail.
correct.
Epic
And
fails.
correct. And so sometimes it just takes talking to that person to just really truly get to understand who they are, what they want.
Mhm.
You have to talk about your expectations in relationships as well. When
Yeah.
you do not talk about your expectations, they lead to disappointments
Yeah. And that's
in a
exactly
big
what
way. In
disappointment
a
is,
big
right?
way.
An
Yes,
unmet expectation in any
correct.
area of life, not just relationship. If you thought you were going to
Absolutely.
get a job and didn't get the job, that's a disappointment, right? You
It's
thought
a
you were going to have the
total
baby and didn't have the baby, that's a disappointment. If you
yes.
thought you're going to have a taste for a certain food and it wasn't prepared right,
Correct.
that's a disappointment.
Disappointment.
It's an unmet expectation. So even
Absolutely.
understanding that, and then where the expectation, where the ownership of the expectation resides, right? If you're expecting
Yes.
something of someone that doesn't have it to give,
Correct.
what?
And hence I teach my master class on, what I call the 5 secrets that you need
Ooh,
to positively transform your relationship from routine to remarkable.
okay.
They are what I call simple yet so powerful because, most of us know them,
Yes.
but do we really know them in depth? Do we actually apply them to our relationships? Not
Mhm.
many people do. Because the women that I talk to, I could tell you that is not the case.
Now, before we talk about those secrets,
Yes.
because I believe in prerequisites,
Yes.
pre-work, right? Because we may say, I want a healthy relationship, or I want to sustain my healthy relationship. However, you got to have a proper foundation, right?
You do?
You've got either have one or need to start working together to set
Correct.
one. And so before we can go into the secrets that we know, but we're not realizing, and therefore we're not actualizing them. What are some things that we need to be mindful of before we go expecting a healthy relationship? Because I know I'll speak for women as a woman. Sometimes we don't necessarily do the right things. We say we want one thing, but then we're doing something differently. And so
Correct.
what do some of those things look like? What are some of those convictions?
Well, some of those things are, and some of them are included in the 5 secrets, but
Mm,
we've all been in relationships with someone who we either was attracted to or they were attracted to us. But
mhm.
just having an attraction is not enough.
Not enough.
It's not enough. What I tell women is instead of focusing on if they are who this man really wants or needs,
Mhm,
turn it completely around.
mhm,
You decide if he is what you want and need. Does he meet your criteria? Does he deserve, your time? Is he worthy of your love?
mm,
No, put the ball in your court, meaning you're in control of what happens in your life, in your relationship.
mhm,
Stop focusing so much on, whether, you're pretty enough, you got a good
mhm.
body, your boobs are big enough, the things women do. I'm just going to keep it real.
That's right. That's right.
You have to know your worth. Absolutely.
That's what I heard.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yes.
And absolutely, you do have to actually sometimes make it all about you
Mhm.
and what you want, what you need, and not so much focus on, who this other person wants, what he's looking for,
Right. What are
what
you
he
looking
needs,
for?
what are you looking for? What do
That's
you want?
right.
What do you need? And you should be able to communicate that to him.
Yes. And not lose yourself, right?
Absolutely not
Not
lose
lose
yourself.
yourself, right? And so, because when you come together with another person, there are going to be some give and takes.
Yes,
There are going to be some give and takes. Yet, don't get so lost in the other person that
correct.
if your life had to be without them, you're
You fall into
scrambling,
depression mode,
right?
and I see and hear that way too often. It's very
Hmm.
heartbreaking.
Hmm. It's
It's
very
very
heartbreaking,
heartbreaking.
and it's starting again in that way. Starting again by itself is difficult.
It is.
Starting again in that way, where you're like, I don't even know who I am, because you just let you
Yes.
all the way go to try to
Yes.
appease another human being. That's not healthy.
It is not.
That's not healthy, right? So
It is
what
not.
we're saying is, put some emphasis on you, know your worth, and know that you have some stake in the game too. You've got some skin in the
Absolutely.
game too, right? It's not just what the other person wants. It's what you want as
Absolutely.
well. I
Yeah.
love that. I love that. Let's talk about some of these secrets. I'm sure it's going to reveal some more convictions to make sure that we're self-checking.
Yeah. You self-checking is good.
Yeah, it
And
is.
so, yep. So the first secret is the secret of focus. Is the
Mm.
secret of focus. And all that means is I call it a simple yet powerful secret, because you
Mhm.
have to focus on you first, being your authentic self,
Mm.
building your self-esteem, building your self-confidence. It's what I tell ladies is that you have to love yourself, because self-love is the key to finding true love.
Yeah.
And the dirty little secret there is,
Ooh.
concentrating on who your partner wants you to be and not who you want to be is a recipe for a failed relationship.
Disaster. Total disaster.
It is. I mean, you can't be who someone wants you to be or who someone expects you to be. And as Iyanla Vanzant said, and I quote, when you can't be who someone wants you to be, you may try to, no, I'm sorry, that's not her quote. Her quote is, when you don't show up as who you are, people fall in love with who you're not. But when they find out who you are, that's when they leave. Yep.
Say that one more
And
time.
when you don't show up as who you are, people fall in love with who you're not. When they find out who you are, that's when they leave. And
Bam.
isn't that the truth?
That
Isn't
is
that the truth?
that is the truth. That
Yep,
is so rich.
it is. It is.
Wow.
And so to have the secret of focus, you need an all about me mindset. What
Mm.
does that look like? Well, the secret to that is the only way to truly show up and be the kind of partner that can bring substantial value to your relationship is to be true to you,
Uh-huh.
be true to who you are. When
Mm-hmm.
you decide to make personal changes in your life, it should
Mm-hmm.
be because you chose to,
Mm-hmm.
not because your partner suggested it. So whether it is you want to get a makeover, you want to change your hair color, you want to lose weight, you want to be, eat healthier, it
Mm-hmm.
should be because you chose to and not because your partner recommended it. And
Woo.
so, it once again, all about me mindset,
Mm-hmm.
all
Mm-hmm.
about me.
And that was for the secret of
The
focus.
secret of
I hope y'all
focus.
catching these gems.
Secret of focus. Yes. Yes.
Wow. What else do you want to share about these secrets?
So the second secret is the secret of recognition.
Mm.
Now, not having a clear vision of who you want as a partner, preferably before you get into a relationship,
Mm-hmm.
it is a huge mistake. You'll be running around like a chicken with his head cut off, trying to
Mm.
find the right person. You need to know who you want to share your heart and your life with before you get into a relationship. Now, of course, you
Uh-huh.
will not have a face, you won't
Mm.
have a name, but you have the qualities that you must have, right?
Truth. I can
You
speak.
you have the yes, you have the qualities that he must have. And
Yes.
so the dirty little secret to that is thinking that you can probably change your partner to be who you want him to be is basically setting yourself up for failure. Ladies, when you meet a man, whoever he is at the time is who he will remain throughout your entire relationship. That
Yeah.
is just the long and short of that.
Mm-hmm.
And so for women who think they can change who their partner is,
Mm-hmm.
it's not possible. You can't.
He has
There's
to.
nothing you can say or do that's going to change who he is.
Yes. Like we each have to take responsibility for our change, and we have to first
Absolutely.
want to change whatever that good change needs to be. We're not saying change who you are.
Correct.
If if you are well and you are healthy, your motives
Correct.
are right. I'm not saying change those, right?
Correct. I mean,
We can't change other people.
correct. There are always things that we can improve about ourselves. So when you talk about making changes, we all
Yeah.
have things that we can absolutely improve about ourselves. So it's
Right.
not just changing, you know, anything substantial just because.
Right.
But whatever you know that you need to improve on, because we all are very conscious of the things that we
Mhm.
could use some improvement on,
Oh yeah.
you know.
Oh, that was good. All right. So we've had the secret of
So the
focus.
secret of focus, the secret of recognition. And so in order to have the secret of recognition, you need a blueprint.
Oh,
You need to know exactly who you want, what you want, your must-haves, your must-have nots, because they are all critical to your relationship success. So, what do you do before you go to the grocery store? What do you do?
make a list.
There you go. You make a list. Why?
So I'm clear on what I'm there to get and stay focused.
Absolutely. So you save time and energy, right? So
Yeah.
think of it the exact same way. So you
Mhm.
should have a well thought out and written list of your ideal partner, or it may
Mhm.
take you years to find the right one. And we all know time is short, life is precious. You do not have time wasting, on or experimenting, I should say, on the wrong guy. You just don't.
Mhm.
I read
Mhm.
a powerful quote, Tawana, that said, be careful not to loan out what you may need back. I'm not
Uh-oh.
talking about money, but rather your heart, your
Ooh.
time, your
Ooh.
energy.
Ooh.
Yes.
That's that. Avril, come on.
I know. I know. Yep.
Oh, you put it in such a plain way that, again, you would think it's common sense, but we all know common sense ain't
It's not
common,
all that
right?
common.
It's not all that common. So when you put it out like this for something that's truly so significant, right?
Yes.
Not everybody wants a romantic companionship, but you can even
Correct.
use this in non-romantic capacity, right?
Absolutely.
Who we align
Absolutely.
ourselves with as people, who we like we said, seeking to have synergy with.
Yes.
It crosses all areas of living.
It
Um,
does.
this is amazing. This is
It
amazing.
does.
What else? What else? What other nuggets can you drop on us tonight, and then let
So
us know where to go and find, like, get the details on
yes.
the secret.
So we have two more secrets, and so I guess I'll run through them really quick since we're
Hey, go
running
ahead.
out of time.
You're
So
good.
so the next secret, the fourth secret, is the secret of veracity. Now that may sound like a fancy word, but all it means is just distinguishing what is real from what is make believe, what you've learned, what you've been taught. And so the wonderful news is, with all the research that has been done about relationships,
Hmm.
ladies, you don't have to let your notions about relationships dictate how yours should be
That's
if
right.
that is not been working out for you.
That's
And
right.
so the dirty little secret is, you can't have a thriving relationship based on your fantasies about love, because they negatively impact your attitude and your behavior. And once
Ooh,
you dismiss those myths, you're able to see your partner for
yes.
exactly who he is. And
Wow.
so, in order to have the secret of veracity, you may need to change your beliefs, because the hard truth of what you believe should happen in relationships and what's actually transpiring in real life and in your relationship are totally far fetched. So, for example, you and your girlfriend sat and talked about, Christmas is coming. You and your girlfriend sat and talked about what your partner should buy you for
Hmm.
Christmas, okay? And you're thinking, well, it's I'm expecting expensive gifts because you should be the most important person in this man's life. But say one of you gets a $40 bottle of perfume, you're totally disappointed, because your your belief is you should be getting an expensive gift. And so, yeah, you just, you may have to change your beliefs about relationships. And that's
Wow.
all I'll say about that one. And
Right?
then the last secret, I'm sorry, that was the third secret. The fourth secret is the discovery secret.
The
And
discovery.
so, while this may seem like a no-brainer, many women fail to realize that having open, honest, and safe communication is essential for a healthy relationship. And
Mm,
so you can't be in a relationship and not talk to your partner about what is happening, what is bothering you, how it's affecting you. Many
mm,
women do this in order to, not create arguments,
mm,
but or don't want to ruffle feathers,
mhm.
but the dirty little secret to that is, not talking to your partner about what is happening. It doesn't change it. It doesn't make it better. And as a matter of fact, it makes it worse.
Right. Right. So many things are preventable. Like the project manager hat goes on.
Yes,
It's like 70%
absolutely.
of projects fail due to things that are completely preventable.
Correct.
And it's the same thing with people, right? People
Absolutely.
in relationships fail, whether it's family, whether it's friendships, whether it's work, whether it's parenting, whatever the case may be, fail because of things that are totally preventable, right?
Absolutely.
Nobody wants to face it. Nobody wants to be honest. Nobody wants to hurt
Nope.
anybody's feelings. Nobody wants
Correct.
to admit their flaws, right? Their
And
shortcomings.
assume they're maintaining the peace. Assume they're maintaining the
Assume they're
peace.
maintaining the peace.
Yes. No. So to have the secret of discovery, you need to check your tone of voice, your ability to listen, and your body language. So being mindful of your attitude can literally make or break a conversation.
Yes, it can.
And so John C. Maxwell said it best. People may hear your words, but they feel your attitude.
Right?
Yep.
Right? That is so
we
true.
Absolutely do.
And that's even more profound to me than, you hear the quote, if you will. It's not what you say, it's how you say it.
Absolutely.
But nonverbals are communication too.
They are. They are. You start folding your arms and you do the head and the neck and yes, no.
Yeah. Or the short responses when it used to be conversation is, I'm good.
Correct.
I'm fine. That's it.
And that says a lot.
Yes. Oh, okay. Like
it says a lot. Yes.
What happened? Like when did I become the offense to get the short stick?
Correct.
So
Correct.
it definitely causes more havoc than it does to just have the conversation, and have at least have your own peace. You can't control or even predict how somebody else may receive your truth, yet you can have peace about
absolutely
you, right? Your life, the things that you have going, either ask for help or confess and keep it moving,
just keep it moving.
That's
And so the last secret is a secret of credibility. And so, one of the biggest challenges, in relationships is the lack of trust between partners, and so the dirty little secret to that is, because of past relationships, most women struggle with uncertainty from their partners about many things. They wonder, will his words match his actions? He says he's going to call tomorrow. Will he actually call? Is he okay with me having some privacy? How will he handle me wanting some time with family and friends, or more importantly, alone time?
Yeah.
How exactly, how should I share with him that I got a raise? Is he going to expect me to start paying for dinner when we go out? So some of those things may ring true, and so, to have the secret of credibility, you need a qualified advisor, because at some point in our lives, every one of us needs help with something.
That's right.
I am no different. I am no different. I don't just have one coach. I have 2 business coaches. And so if you've tried everything under the sun to cultivate trust in your relationship and nothing has worked, well, it's time to turn to a professional who can walk you through the process with trust building exercises that have been tried and proven. And ladies, let me tell you, my trust building exercises are the stuff.
They are.
They are the stuff. And so, everyone makes excuses, but a word of caution, don't let your excuses hinder you, or be the one thing that destroys everything. One of my most, what I call profound quotes I like to use is, procrastination is the most expensive nation.
It is. Oh my gosh. When people say, Tawana, I can't afford to do that right now.
Yes.
I empathize. I absolutely empathize, because I know how it is, right? I've gone from having a lot to not having not having a lot and trying to recover again. And I often have to reply, you can't afford not to.
Exactly.
Right? I hear you saying you can't afford it right now, but you can't afford not to. And that even makes me think about, again, women.
Yep.
How I can't afford this, but we'll go and buy a new iPhone.
I'm glad you touched on that.
$2,000 handbag, right? Driving some kind of expensive car, but you can't keep the maintenance on it. Like you're buying stuff, but you can't afford you.
Correct.
And
Exactly.
you're worth more than any printable dollar amount, right? You're worth more than any currency we can put a price to. Yet we live in a currency economy, so we have to put a dollar amount to something.
Yes.
You're worth material things, but you're not worth.
I am so glad you touched on that. I am so glad you touched on that because, you know, when I talk to women, you know, they come to me with their relationship challenges. You know, we talk about working together. You know, I tell them, you know, the cost of my services, you know, one of the biggest things is that they can't afford me or they don't need me. Well, that's so not the truth, because what do women do?
Right.
They spend, you know, so much on material things, like you said, like clothes, shoes, handbags. But, you know, ladies, you're unwilling to invest in yourself in the form of personal growth and development.
Right.
Like that is, you know, that is unacceptable. It's just
and
spending on material things, but not spending on yourself, like you said.
Yeah, and then it's dare I say it's also unreasonable, right?
Yes.
Because if you want a quality companion,
correct,
he's gonna want a quality companion.
Absolutely.
Right? He's gonna want his match. So if you were expecting a companion to be put together, for lack of better word, right? To be put together, to have some things in order and to have some integrity and to have some confidence and to have some commitment and all of these and clarity about where he or she is going. Well, that person's going to want that of you too.
Yes. And it's only fair that person wants it. Yeah, exactly.
A handbag, a good weave, or a good lock retwist, nails, none of those things do that.
Yeah,
We're not saying they're bad, but they don't do that internal work.
They don't, you know, and the other thing is, you know, ladies invest so much time out of their very precious life with men who are not worthy of their love. They spend so much time caught up in their bad relationships. They don't realize the emotional, mental, and physical toll it's taking on them.
Right?
You know, correct. They just don't.
Yeah.
You know, they unfortunately, you know, they would rather be in a relationship, you know, that's unhealthy than be alone. You know, that is a sad truth. And it is costing them a lot. It's costing them time they can never get back.
Right.
It's costing them love, because at some point you have to take some accountability for the role you're playing in that relationship. Because, you know, every day you stay in that bad relationship, you are blocking your blessings of finding the right person.
Yes.
You know, and I don't think people really think about that. You know, they don't, you know, and so, you know, and it is actually causing them their health, because like I just said, it takes a toll on them mentally, emotionally, and physically. And so, you know, it's Tony Gaskin's quote: you teach people how to treat you by what you allow, what you stop, and what you reinforce.
Yep.
And
that's the truth.
I mean, like, what else needs to be said about that? Like that, it's just, you know. And so, you know, and so I want to say to you ladies, know your true worth. Recognize the value you bring to your relationships. Understand that you hold the power to control the course of your relationship, and truly acknowledge that just being in a relationship is not enough, but that you should be in a healthy one.
A healthy one.
Yes.
That summary was perfect, because I was just going to say, if you had any final words to leave with our viewers tonight, what would it be? And that is significant. Have a healthy relationship. And even if you're already in one, these things still apply. You can work on these things together if they don't.
Yes, absolutely.
And if they exist, keep working on them so you can sustain the remarkable relationship that
absolutely.
you have.
And that is why they're relationship coaches like me. Because when you've tried it on your own and it has not worked out, like I said, you know, we all need help with something in our lives. You turn to a professional for help.
Now, how can people find you, Avril?
Well, they can find me on Facebook at Seeking Synergy Relationship Coaching, or my website is seekingsynergyforlife.com.
I love it. So you're already on Facebook, good folks.
Already on
Go
Facebook.
right on
Yep.
over to Seeking Synergy Relationship Coaching. Tap
Yes.
into Avril's information. Avril has a free masterclass that goes
Yes.
even more in depth with the secrets that she shared tonight. What else
Absolutely.
do you want to express for our viewers?
Well, I
This-
want to thank you definitely for having me. It's always a joy to talk to you. You
Mhm.
bring you bring such positive energy and vibes. I just love it. I absolutely love it. Yes. But yes, no, that was basically what I wanted to just, wrap up with. And the other thing that I would, wanted to say is the secret of change is to focus your energy not on fighting the old, but building the new. And so, ladies, this is a new year. It's time for change. It's all about new beginnings.
Yes.
What are you ladies willing to do differently this year than you've done last year?
Yeah.
What are you willing to do that's new? What do you want to build that's new?
Yes.
Contact me. Let's work on what a healthy relationship looks like. Let me help you envision, and not just envision, but actually experience one.
Absolutely, absolutely. And there's some truth to it. I will testify. And that's all I'm saying.
Me too. I will testify, and that's all I'm saying too.
That's all I'm saying. Avril, thank you so much for being here tonight. It is a joy to converse with you and to just have those awakenings and to be reminded and to be affirmed that, hey, it may not be popular, but it's working.
It is. It absolutely
is. Keep doing your thing. I'm so grateful. You all check out Avril at Seeking Synergy Relationship Coaching. She has a Facebook page where you can access her free masterclass. Go ahead and get in on that. You want to do it in discretion? You don't have to tell anybody. But if you want some help, go right ahead and get it. If you want Avril to know, send her a DM, drop something in the comments. We will make sure you get the information, and put your link in the comments too after the live, Avril. Next week, we have Jen Des joining us. Fangirl. I love the ladies that I have on this show. I just love y'all. Jen is back. Y'all are so awesome. Jen is with Level Up Business Creative. She is the Pinterest strategist. Let me tell y'all, she drops gems all the time. And I am absolutely excited about activating them in the very near future with her. Jen is going to help us understand Pinterest is not just for recipes and cute outfits, okay? Pinterest is for business. Get your lead game up. So join us next week, same time, same place on Transcend with Bootstrap Dreams. As women entrepreneurs, I always like to share. Join us in the Facebook group, Results Driven Strategies for Women Entrepreneurs. We go live every Thursday. Members have the opportunity to go live, pop up coach, teach, leave key takeaways, and promote yourselves at the end. On Tuesdays, there's live coaching and accountability with moi, Tawana. So you want to be there. We've got a lot of good things happening in that group, as well as February kicking off the first month that we are having guest speakers teach and give workshops about their area of expertise. So if you need something tech, if you need something mindset, if you need something marketing, if you need something branding, if you need something money, we've got it all for you in Results Driven Strategies for Women Entrepreneurs. See you on the inside. Same time, same place next week. Transcend with Bootstrap Dreams.